Let's go.
Let's talk some toys in here.
Hey, what's up everybody? Today it's the Man-Child. Alright, so today for review, going to finally take a look at the new Master Universe Origins Horde Trooper Prime figure. We'll call it the 2-pack. Because he comes with a hoverbot now, which is, yeah, pretty cool. Or what they call him, the Hover Robot Prime figure, painted red. Which actually, from what I'm seeing, it's just basically a Classics hoverbot. I do have some that are loose, and I'll bring them in and compare them later on. So it's interesting they reused the Classics one. Well, yeah, molded in red, which is cool. I thought the Classics went well with the Classics or the Origins. And then you just get another Horde Trooper, but yeah, all kinds of wacky colors going on here. Give him some trap jaw weapons once again, but cast it in like a translucent red color. He gets a blaster arm, which is the same arm they used on the San Diego Comic-Con Hordak for the blasting arm side. And he also gave him another additional arm as well to attach these weapons. Besides that, it's an interesting set to see, and now it's cool. We have some more figures to army build with. And now, moving in, taking a little closer look at the art in front of the packaging. Beautiful art as always. So yeah, we have one of the Horde Trooper Prime soldiers fighting against Gorgon the Acid Spitter. We have Reptilax in the background coming over the hill with some more of these Snakeman soldiers. We have a hoverbot coming in ready to attack. Everybody's obviously fighting on a big hilltop. And at the very top of the hill here, you have another, I want to say, concept Snakeman soldier I've never seen before. I'm sure we'll see him in line because Mattel is going really heavy with the Snakeman in the Origins series or lines. Now, these Horde Trooper Prime soldiers are considered guardsmen of the Doom Tower. I don't see the Doom Tower anywhere. Maybe it's off to the side. And then you have some more of these Horde Trooper Prime figures, as well as a hoverbot off to the right, getting ready to attack as well. And now, here's a quick look at the art in the back of the packaging. Look at that art. That could be a giant poster. And that's what I really admire about these boxes that a lot of these Origins are coming in. Just big piece of poster-like art. It's collector-friendly. And they usually come packed with a lot of accessories. And here's a look at the art on the left-hand side of the box, looking from the window. So it's just a Horde Trooper Prime figure, but this time he has the Trapjaw axe attachment arm on. And of course, here's the art on the right-hand side of the box. Just a hoverbot with his thrusters blasting away, getting ready to attack. And before we take a look at Horde Trooper Prime and those accessories, he comes with one of these trader collecting cards, which looks pretty cool, and some really nice art in front, as you can see. And if you flip it around, he has a bio on the back, and of course the Evil Horde logo up top. So we have the Horde Trooper Prime, Guardsmen of Doom Tower. They are the best of the best, the deadliest of deadly. They are Horde Trooper Prime, the self-replicating elite high-security soldiers of Doom Tower, and personal guards of Hordak. Avoid battle with them at all costs. Ooh, scary. Alright, so I got Horde Trooper Prime, no accessories out of package, and here's a quick look around at everything you get. And now, taking a closer look at Horde Trooper Prime. So yeah, he's just pretty much a Horde Trooper variant, repaint, right? Aside the interchangeable arms and the cloth cape, which we'll take a look at pretty soon. But if you're familiar, you're not, as far as articulation with the Horde Trooper and the overall helmet and head design. So yeah, it's just that typical... Yeah, just a round helmet with the point up top, that spike up top. Has the V-shape eye lens. I like the paint they put inside there. Like some type of reflective red paint, like his infrared vision or something, or anti-glare kind of tone. As far as articulation with this head, right, we can go all the way left to right and go down about that far. It looks into the collar and back. So yeah, obviously it's hindered with this big piece of neck armor. Now, I'm going to split this in half for a second. So again, most people are familiar with these, but if you're not, this is basically the inside of the battle damaged Horde Trooper body. Right, so you can see all the workings inside there and whatnot. Now these are supposed to be able to hit these with a weapon or something, or just push them. And it should like split apart. Let me see. All right, so yeah, mine's a little kind of hard, doesn't push apart that easy, but more or less it would hit this bat symbol button, and that's how he would, smash apart battle damage. So anyway, moving down, so yeah, obviously the whole part of this upper armor is, everything's cast in a red color, including his helmet. Obviously they put some paint, silver paint around the bat symbol on the front, and then the button silver, as you can see that's moving around. Add a little extra silver highlights here on some of the circuitry. Now spinning him around, comes with a pretty cool cape, which is all cloth. Right, it goes all the way down to the legs, has the cuts at the bottom. I like the material. Pretty neat. And you can see how it cuts and goes around that armor. So to remove that, see how it's on. Okay, so splitting them in half again. All right, see, so they go inside the arms, right? So let's remove the arms for a second. All right, so I'm going to remove this side, and then I'm going to remove the left arm. And now with the arm removed, here's a closer look at that cable off the body. So yeah, take a look at that first. So yeah, that's pretty cool, because now we can try this on Horde, or if you want to put it on other Origins figures. It's neat that you can remove the arms and you can just see how these two pieces go inside. And you have this big cut in the back. Again, it seems to be designed more for this Horde Trooper to go around here and over his shoulders. But for the most part, yeah, I like the overall design and the color they went with. Alright, so jumping back over to the Horde Trooper Prime without the cape on, right? We'll finish up the articulation. It doesn't hinder anything. So I'm going to split this in half again. So obviously I put the arms back on. And, again, if you're not familiar with this figure, you can remove the head, which is pretty cool, because you can put other heads on this body for customs. Right, so we'll close that back up again. So going back to the right arm. So now he comes with a, that blaster arm that I already mentioned the San Diego Comic-Con, Horde came with, but it's casted in like a red translucent color, so you can almost see through it, right? Kind of like an energy type weapon. So as far as the articulation with the armor snapped together, the arm go all the way up, down, forward, back. So if you go back too far, it wants to split this armor apart. Or if you go up too far, you can bend it up at the elbow, straighten the elbow all the way out, spin at the elbow. Now this blaster weapon also spins all around. I was wondering, does that come off? No, it's like, it doesn't feel like a typical Origins peg. It's like a larger peg or something like that. So there's a little closer look at the detail on that. Right, we already said it's like a translucent type of plastic material. So this is a cool accessory to add to the Horde Trooper. And a little later, we'll put this on a regular Horde figure as well, equip them with a mechanical arm. And then moving over to the left arm, so it's all the same sculpt as far as the shoulder piece and articulation, same thing, up, down, forward, back, the whole deal. And you can see, depending on how you manipulate it, wants to pull this armor apart. So now he has a wrist bracer here that's cast in the same color as the armor. It's just basically a regular Horde Trooper arm, which I'll bring the Horde Trooper in a second, pair him. And he also has a punching fist, right, that can spin, go in and out, and hinge joint. Now, this would have been an opportunity to give this trooper an open hand, because none of the Horde Troopers, whether it was a Snake Trooper or the San Diego Comic-Con ones or the silver one, came with an open hand. They all closed hands. So, yeah, that's a bummer, so he can hold a weapon. And now, moving back over to the armor and the waist area. So we already talked about the butt. We know how you're supposed to hit this with a weapon, right? Push it, and this breaks apart. All right, so there's the inside, the front and back, what he looks like. He can spin at the waist and, of course, come apart at the waist. So, again, it's cool. You can do that for customs going down. It's just, just everything typical, what we already seen with the first Origins Horde Trooper. But it has a mechanical belt, with this silver piece in the front. Obviously, it painted to match that. Same thing, regular Horde Trooper legs. But if you're not familiar, as far as the articulation, go out with a split, go forward, back, about that far, bend at the knee, spin at the knee. These pieces too spin, or didn't come off as well. And then he has a typical Horde Trooper feet, or boots rather, go up and down and rock side to side. And now, here's a quick comparison between our new Horde Trooper Prime soldier figure against the regular first release Origins Horde Trooper. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can see everything is exactly the same, aside obviously the paint's different, right? The arms, the hands are the same, but painted different. Both closed, I already mentioned, cool. They're open, the back. And aside, he comes with a, this blaster arm, which can go on his figure if you wanted to. And then the insides now, his is painted. Pull this guy down, right? Just make sure. Yeah, everything's the same. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Side, this is red, and his is black inside. And here's a quick look with that mechanical arm from the Horde Trooper Prime Trooper on the main Origins, or first release Trooper, or Vintage Inspired Trooper. So you want to take a look at that. Now that works really good because the silver tones and the black matches everything inside this red blaster arm, but he does have that reddish elbow piece, which is kind of a little off, but it does work. So if you want to equip this figure with that arm, you could. Doesn't look too bad. And then, of course, I put the Origins first release Trooper arm on the Horde Prime Trooper. give him a regular arm. It can work with all the silver tones side. You know, this is, again, different to match the body. And this side's red, but it can work because these silver tones can mix. He's all mixed up. So either way, if you want to equip him regular arm, doesn't look bad, and I think it'll work pretty cool. And now I just threw the regular arm back on the regular Origins Horde Trooper, and I put the cape on him as well. See what that looks like. So if you want to put a red cloth cape on a silver first release Trooper, that's what it looked like. And now moving forward with Horde Trooper Prime's weapons and accessories. So we already know he comes with a lot of the Trapjaw accessories. So you get the typical Trapjaw blaster. This is a blaster from Roboto, so they give him that as well, which is cool. And then you get the Trapjaw claw. And then you also get the, let me see, that's Roboto's axe as well. Okay, so you get 2 from Trapjaw and 2 from Roboto. Now you notice he gets a spare arm as well, so it's very identical as far as the shoulder piece. Right, you can see that as the blaster arm he comes with in package. But this one has like a Roboto kind of forearm, half forearm piece to adapt these weapons into. So for example, right, you can remove the axe, put the claw on, and all that good stuff. Now, I'm going to bring in Trapjaw weapon, and of course, so just to give you an example, this is, yeah, the same blaster as Trapjaw. Again, these are all casted in a translucent red color, which is pretty cool, but this can also fit your Trapjaw weapons as well, it looks like. You know, like the blaster if you want to go with those colors. And I'm going to bring in Trapjaw real quick. And what's cool too is these can also go into his arm. So if you want to equip him with those, you know, these translucent weapons, you can do that, right? You can put the Roboto blaster in. That will work. Got the claw. Check that out. And then the axe. Alright, so once again, bringing in Horde Trooper Prime. Obviously, I have his both arms removed. We're going to just put in this replacement arm so we can try out these weapons. But the reason why I remove both of those is to put this cape back on. So just kind of show you, you know, once you remove it, yeah, you got to kind of mess around with it. So it's easier, like, just say for this arm, you got to line this up with the hole and peg on, like, this side. Yeah, it's tricky. And then snap that in like so. And then with that side, and you're going to bring the cape over the shoulder piece, right? And then this other piece on the right shoulder, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to line up this peg with that cutout in the cape. And then just put the arm in, and this piece is going to fall, and you're just going to, like, see that? Line up the cape on both sides of the armor with the arms in, and then snap it. Position the arms down, you say, okay, and snap together like that. So that's how the cape goes on once you take it off. Alright, so I showed how the cape goes back on once you remove the arms. I did put this newer mechanical arm on. This one I put on showing how the cape goes on, took it back off. Right, we have this one on. So there's a look at that setup. And of course I have the axe on. And as far as the articulation with this arm, same thing, go up, down, forward, back, bend up at the elbow. Like this, but see the weapon falls out easy. My elbow is really stuck. Gonna mess around with it. Can twist it at the elbow, and of course the weapons can spin. And now I just reposition him and threw the Trapjaw blaster on that side, as you can see. And you notice too, this doesn't go in all the way. It kind of sticks off from the peg. Just, I guess, how deep the arms drill before it hits that articulation joint where the axe. Okay, it's stubbier. But anyway, it's a quick look at that setup. And now I just threw that dual Roboto blaster on that side. Take a quick look at that setup. And then, of course, I just threw that claw on. And I'm sorry, this is Roboto's claw. I was thinking this Trapjaw. Trapjaw has a different one. And then I also want to bring Roboto in and just switch over to 2 double blaster accessories, right? Because Roboto's a silver. So if you like the silver blaster from Roboto or any of his weapons that match the silver highlights on this Horde Prime Trooper, that's what it looked like. And if you want to use one of the cast weapons from this figure on Roboto, again, it would kind of match with the reds because his legs and stuff like that. That's what it would look like. Okay, so before we move on to the Hoverbot, the next thing I want to do is a quick comparison between the first released Origins Hordak and, of course, once again, the Horde Trooper Prime figure. But the main reason I wanted to bring Hordak in is to try out the 2 different mechanical arms on Hordak's right side. Because Hordak, going back to like the Shearer Filmation, was always known to, you know, be able to transform weapons out of his arms, be a shapeshifter. Now I'm going to bring in the San Diego Comic-Con Hordak to show you what they did with him. I mean, not only the blue collar and stuff like that, all right, same cape and everything. But I want to confirm something here. So Is this just, yeah, so it's the same exact blaster side. He has the arm's a little different. He has like a normal arm, but it has some other mechanics sculpted into it to where this is obviously a Horde Trooper arm with this attachment. All right, now there's a quick look with the Horde Trooper Prime arm on, yeah, Hordak's right side with the blaster, big blaster cannon, right, came in the box. So it can work. It doesn't look bad, even though it's robotic on the side silver, but yeah, the black and silver definitely match Hordak because of the belt and the black, so that can work really well. And then you just have a translucent plasma blaster, and the articulation go up, down, and go forward and back. So that's a good way with this figure to equip the old school Hordak with a mechanical arm now. And then of course I put that alternative arm on with the different attachments on Hordak, and that too can work all right. So this is, the red's a little off, but yeah, it matches. You can blend it in with match it with the red bats on the chest or the boots, black and silver. So again, it works. So the other thing I did was just throw the arm that the Horde Trooper Prime figure came with in the box on the left side, and it works too. So these are reversible. See that articulation, and he has the other arm, and of course I put the accent for something different. So that's pretty cool. So they actually reverse. And is this so let me see something. So I take this out, and I think this arm will do the same, right? Yeah. And just spin it around. Check that out. So they can work both on the left and right side. You can mix it up. Pretty cool. So the last thing I want to do is try this cape on Hordak. So yeah, I just put one of his regular arms on, left the mechanical arm from the Horde Trooper Prime on, and I want to see if this cape would work. But no, it's not. See, it needs that armor, even though he has a cape on, and this is glued into the armor. So for customizers, you can pull his cape off if you wanted to, or remove the armor. I think the armor looks cooler. I was hoping this would have enough to kind of hide the cape. You want to leave it on. I mean, I guess you could modify it if you wanted to. You can cut new holes in here and plug it into the arms. Again, if you want to do customization, it would probably, all right, looks something like that. So it would work, but normally the way it comes, it's not gonna. It's gonna hang down. It's designed more for that Horde Trooper armor. And once again, jumping back over to the Horde Trooper Prime figure. Yeah, so I just threw the other mechanical arm on the left side. Now I realize, playing around with Hordak, that they're reversible. I didn't even know that, or take a better look at that, but check that out. So that's cool. So yeah, we can put two mechanical arms on this Horde Trooper Prime figure. And I have the blaster on this side, and of course the axe on this one. And we know this arm going that side, and the big blaster going that one, if you wanted to. And throw a Roboto blaster, see what that looks like. It's two dual blasters. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can do that. So once again, moving forward, checking out the Hover Robot Prime figure. Yeah, it's cool to get a Hoverbot added to the Origins line, but once again, it's a Classics Hoverbot. Now, let's do a quick comparison right now. So check that out, right? So it looks like to me, it looks like a, yep, this is a Classics, obviously. Front, the back, the arms, everything. Side, the stickers are a little different now. You can see that, right? It has different stickers, and the painted eyes are slightly different. I mean, obviously, these are yellow and they're silver, but these are more rounded, and these have like a cut in the bottom of them. The spinning blades look the same. And even on the back, I'm going to bring this one in if you can read that. It says, yep, 2014 Mattel, made in China. And even a casting on this, 2014 Mattel. This is made in Vietnam. All right, so it's like maybe they still have the tooling, but it's just moved to the factories in Vietnam. At the time it's China. But yeah, it's very similar tooling, if not identical. Okay, so that's the classic bots. And so what's cool with that is, out of all the classics, those bots are probably the most affordable things on eBay. And I'm going to bring in a set of them if you haven't seen them before. So I do have some set in card, right? This is what they look like. And of course, I had a set out of card where this one came from. You can see it stands the same and everything. But, all right, so that's what they're going with Origins. If you want to pick up some classic spots. All right, so going back to this guy, let me get this out of the way here. So yeah, he has the same stand as I already mentioned. So that spins at the stand. You can spin him back and forth, but it doesn't articulate, like up and down, back and forth. The bottom two, that can move. You can hear that clicking, left to right. But it does balance him well. You got to kind of move him around a little bit now. So once again, taking a closer look at the decal on the front. That's what it looks like. There's that paint. It looks like paint. It actually looks like paint. This is a decal in the classics. See that? It's like a lenticular sticker or something. It almost looks like, yeah, it is. Wow, okay, this is just paint. All right. So that's the difference with that. Now, as far as the arm articulation, you can go up, down, spin all around. So that's pretty cool. And then you even have the elbow that can go in and out, spin. He has these blades that you can see just pop right out. That's on a little hinge joint, and that can spin all around. But these don't open or close to where the one on the left side is in a closed position. And of course, that can go on the right, the right can go on the left. And the other arm's all the same. And these are cast obviously in black, right? The whole robot's in red. And you can see the design on the eyes. And yeah, that's about it. And then remove the stand. That's what it would look like, the bottom. Be cool if you had a plug-on effect. Now, I don't know if this will stand. Let me see. Nope. I didn't think so. All right, so you need the stand to hold them up. And another point I want to make with the Hoverbot is these arms do not come out. I never tried on the Classics, but yeah, I don't think they're meant to come out. So they have like that hinge joint in there. As I say, you can go up, down, spin all around, but they don't, I don't think so. Nope, they don't come out of the body from what I see. Because that'd be funny for customizers. You want to take this out, this would be able to snap in there. I had a feeling they wouldn't, but I want to point that out. Yeah, the only thing that comes out, obviously the stand removes, and these hands with the little, it's not a hinge joint, it's just a peg. I called it a hinge joint, excuse me, but a peg, but that's it, and that can spin. And now here's a quick comparison with the Horde Trooper Prime and the Hover Robot Prime figure together. It's like they are on the front of the art, or in the box. And yeah, that's about it as far as these two figures go. Alright, so that's about it. And that's my overall review on the new Master Universe Origins Horde Trooper Prime and Hover Robot Prime figure. It's a really cool set. It's neat to have these two figures as army builders. It's always fun to have more Horde Troopers, because I know people, some people like to buy a lot of them. I like the different color tones, and you can mix it around with other figures. It's neat that they gave them the two different mechanical arms. That's great. And they work good on the Horde act, like I showed both of them, and on the left and right side. Because they're, backwards. I like the different translucent attachments. It's a mixture, obviously, Trapjaw and Roboto, and you can use Trapjaws on him, and this on Roboto, and all around, vice versa. But yeah, I like these translucent casted weapons. Even a double blaster, too. At first, when I was looking at them, like, oh, it's just all Trapjaw weapons again. But obviously, once we got them out, I'm like, no, it's a mixture of everything. That's cool. The cape is nice, too. I like that cape, but it's very limited. Yeah, it's really only for this body unless you modify. And there is a right and wrong way to put it on. Right, it's like the outside and the inside, it's hard to tell. Some are a little more flat. And once you take it off, so you got to mess around with it, pinch it in here, how it gets caught in the arm. But that is a neat accessory to add to this particular figure. And then, yeah, it's neat to get some Hoverbots in the Origins line. But again, it's just a Classics Hoverbot, just like I showed. Same type of tooling, so I cast it red, and the arms are black, and that's about it. This is painted, that has a sticker. So now that's going to make me, use my loose or Classics Hoverbots for the Origins. Because obviously I have some of these loose. And I thought about mixing with my Origins. Like, no, they're for the Classics. Origins is going to come out with something different. If they ever come out with a Hoverbot. And I did see some 3D printed ones, and they're a little more stocky. And I don't think they have any articulation. So yeah, this was a neat choice. And you can also put these with the Classics for red Hoverbots, or, if that's what you want to do. I think it was a good idea. And a box set for this guy alone, too. Whether you just keep the art or just keep him in box. Absolutely, beautiful. So I appreciate everybody watching. And until next time, take care.